Shadows of Chernobyl. Hey everyone. Today, we're taking a journey into one of the most mysterious and haunting places on Earth, the Chernobyl exclusion zone. But this isn't just any trip, it's a deep dive into the shadows where few dare to tread. Let me introduce you to Dr. Elena Petrova, a brilliant biologist who's dedicated her life to studying the effects of radiation on living organisms. She's heard whispers about strange happenings in the zone, stories of creatures and phenomena that defy explanation. The Chernobyl disaster in 1986 was one of the worst nuclear accidents in history. It left a lasting scar on the environment, and even today, the area is teeming with secrets yet to be uncovered. Dr. Petrova is on a mission. She believes that by exploring these unexplained phenomena, we can better understand the long-term impacts of radiation, and maybe even discover something revolutionary. The assembled team. So, who's joining her on this daring expedition? First up, we've got Sergei Ivanov. Picture a rugged adventurer who knows every nook and cranny of the exclusion zone. He's been guiding people through this labyrinth for years and has stories that'll make your hair stand on end. Next is Anya Volkov. She's the team's tech guru, a wizard with drones, sensors, and anything with a circuit board. If there's a tech solution, she'll find it. And rounding out the team is Nikolai Markov, a no-nonsense security specialist who's seen his fair share of action. He's here to make sure everyone stays safe when things get dicey. With their gear packed, radiation suits, detectors, drones, you name it, they're ready to step into the unknown. Excited? Nervous? Probably a bit of both. First glimpses of anomalies. As they venture deeper into the zone, things start to get strange. The radiation detectors are going haywire. Readings spike and drop unpredictably. They stumble upon plants unlike anything they've seen before. Twisted trees with bark that seems to pulse, and luminescent fungi casting an eerie glow. It's both beautiful and unsettling. The atmosphere shifts. A thick fog rolls in, and shadows dance at the edges of their vision. Is it just their minds playing tricks, or is something watching them? Encounter with the shadow wolves. Suddenly, movement flashes in the corner of Sergei's eye. Dark silhouettes dart between the trees. They come face to face with the shadow wolves, canine-like creatures that seem to merge with the darkness itself. Their eyes glow faintly, and their bodies flicker as if not entirely solid. Their superpower? They can become intangible, moving silently through shadows and obstacles. Imagine trying to track something that can disappear right before your eyes. The team holds their breath, hearts pounding. Nikolai signals everyone to stay still. The wolves sniff the air but then fade back into the shadows. The echo sirens lure. Pressing on, they hear a haunting melody echoing through the trees. It's hypnotic, drawing them toward its source. Emerging from the mist are the echo sirens, ethereal humanoid figures whose voices resonate with unnatural harmony. Their superpower is sonic manipulation. They can induce hallucinations and disorient the mind with their songs. Suddenly, the team members find themselves reliving memories. Anya sees her childhood home. Sergei hears his late father's voice. They're losing grip on reality. But Dr. Petrova snaps into action. She fumbles for the sound-canceling devices they packed, just in case. "Everyone, put these on," she shouts. With the devices activated, the illusions fade. The siren's spell is broken, and the team regains their senses. Lesson learned. In the zone, even a beautiful sound can lead you into danger. Discovery of the gamma golems. Just when they think they've seen it all, the ground trembles. From the earth rise massive figures, hulking forms made of irradiated soil and debris. Say hello to the gamma golems. These giants absorb radiation and can release it as devastating energy blasts. Their sheer size and power make them a force to be reckoned with. Nikolai gestures silently, and the team takes cover behind a derelict structure. They watch as the golems lumber by, seemingly unaware of the small group hiding nearby. This encounter underscores the importance of stealth. One wrong move could spell disaster. Allies amidst the danger. The whispering winds. Amidst the tension, they notice something peculiar. The leaves rustle without any wind, and a soft whisper encircles them. They've encountered the whispering winds, invisible entities that communicate through the natural environment. The superpower of these beings is control over the wind and the ability to convey messages through rustling leaves, shifting grass, and the sway of branches. At first, the team is wary. But the whispering winds warn them of a trap ahead, a radioactive sinkhole that isn't visible to the naked eye. Grateful for the assistance, they start to trust these unseen allies. Maybe not everything in the zone is out to get them. The labyrinth of lost souls. Navigating further, they come across an old bunker entrance hidden beneath overgrown vegetation. It's not on any map they've seen. Curiosity piqued, they decide to explore. Inside, the air is stale, and an uneasy feeling settles over them. Deep within the bunker, they encounter the phantoms, ethereal apparitions resembling former plant workers. Their faces are expressionless, eyes hollow. The phantom's superpower is the ability to phase through matter and evoke a profound sense of despair in those they encounter. Each team member is confronted with their deepest regrets and fears. The weight of sorrow is almost unbearable. But remembering their purpose, they support each other. Dr. Petrova's determination shines through as she encourages the team to push past the illusions. Anya discovers old documents scattered on a rusted table. They hint at secret experiments conducted prior to the disaster, experiments on mutation acceleration. Now, things are starting to make sense. Could these experiments be linked to the creatures they've encountered? Confrontation with the reactor wraith. As they near the center of the zone, the ruins of Reactor 4 come into view. The air crackles with energy. From the shadows emerges the reactor wraith, a powerful entity born from the core meltdown. Its form is distorted, flickering with radiation. The wraith's superpower is manipulation of electromagnetic fields and the ability to cause sudden spikes in radiation levels. It speaks without words, projecting feelings of anger and a fierce desire to protect the zone from further intrusion. A tense standoff ensues. Nikolai readies his weapon, but Dr. Petrova raises her hand. "Wait," she says softly. She steps forward cautiously, attempting to communicate. "We mean no harm. We seek understanding." Surprisingly, the wraith hesitates, its form stabilizing slightly. Perhaps there's a chance for dialogue after all. Unveiling the truth. Back at camp, the team pieces together the clues. The documents suggest that before the disaster, there were clandestine projects aiming to harness radiation for accelerated evolution. Dr. Petrova connects the dots. Some of these creatures weren't natural mutations, they were engineered. The revelation is staggering. The monsters they've encountered might be the unintended legacy of those experiments. The team grapples with the moral implications. Should they expose this truth to the world? What consequences would that bring? After much deliberation, they decide that the knowledge is too dangerous to release without further evidence and understanding. The Omega Phoenix emerges. Just as they reach this decision, the sky darkens. Flames flicker on the horizon. Descending majestically is the Omega Phoenix, a colossal bird-like creature with feathers ablaze. Its superpower is rebirth from its own ashes and the ability to emit devastating bursts of radioactive fire. The Phoenix is the ultimate guardian of the exclusion zone, a symbol of both destruction and renewal. It lets out a piercing cry, and waves of heat wash over the team. Trees ignite, and the ground scorches beneath their feet. With no time to lose, they sprint for cover. Anya's quick thinking leads them to an underground tunnel. Trapped and with options running out, they need a plan, and fast. Resolution. Dr. Petrova remembers the whispering winds. Focusing her thoughts, she reaches out, hoping the entities can hear her plea. Miraculously, the winds respond. They swirl around the Phoenix, momentarily confusing it and dampening its flames. Through the winds, a message is conveyed. The zone demands a promise. The team must leave and keep its secrets guarded. Dr. Petrova agrees. "We will respect the sanctity of this place and protect it from those who would do harm." The Phoenix calms, its flames diminishing. It ascends back into the sky, disappearing among the clouds. The environment settles. The oppressive energy lifts, and a path opens before them, leading out of the heart of the zone. Return to civilization. Making their way back, the team is silent, each lost in thought. They've been through an experience that defies explanation. At the boundary of the exclusion zone, they pause. The weight of their promise hangs heavy. Nikolai departs to continue his protective work, more vigilant than ever. Anya returns to her tech pursuits, inspired to use her skills for preservation. Sergei goes back to guiding, but with a newfound respect for the mysteries he once took for granted. Dr. Petrova faces the toughest choice. The scientist in her wants to share their discoveries, but she knows the risks. Ultimately, she decides to become a guardian of the zone's secrets, dedicating herself to ensuring its protection. Epilogue. Months later, rumors surface of unusual phenomena near other abandoned sites. Whispers of creatures and events similar to those in Chernobyl. Dr. Petrova receives an anonymous message. It has begun elsewhere. The final scene pans to the sky. The Omega Phoenix soars above, its fiery silhouette a reminder that some forces are beyond human control. The story ends, but the mystery continues. What lies ahead is unknown, and perhaps that's as it should be. Wow, what an adventure! Shadows of Chernobyl isn't just a tale of monsters and mysteries. It's a story about respect for forces greater than ourselves. Thanks for joining me on this incredible journey into the heart of the exclusion zone. If you enjoyed this story, hit that like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more thrilling content. Got thoughts or theories about what might happen next? Drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear your ideas. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the unknown.